I really don't know how I'm going to keep on watching Black Clover with the MC's voice. You know, just the amount of screechiness coming from Asta's voice is ear bleeding. It really is. I'm not joking. Like, ooh, I had a hard time watching this episode just due to Asta's voice alone. But you know what? I gotta say this, though. And can this cat be quiet? And you know, the thing about Asta's voice actor, what I'm really curious on is that, you know, is he, like, purposely acting out this role as Asta to be on a more, you know, exciting and a more annoying individual than the manga counterpart? Or is this the director, you know, wanting, you know, Asta's voice actor to make his voice like this? I'm very curious. You know, I'm all for voice actors, you know, giving life into these characters. I'm all for that. I mean, I find that stuff to be fantastic. And honestly, I don't really see the voice actor as technically the problem, but the thing is that this excessive loudness and it's just over the top. Like, you need to tone it down a bit more. Like, I'm really surprised the director hasn't said anything. And I know there's going to be someone in the comments saying, well, if you do not like the voice actor for the anime, then just stop watching the anime. Like, come on. It's annoying. So, I'm just saying this right now, when it comes down to Asta's character, if his, you know, voice does not chill out, you know, if it doesn't tone down a notch, I am definitely probably going to drop this series just for the sole factor on, you know, his voice alone, because it was really, really difficult to actually listen to his voice within the episode. You know, like, I find it very distracting from the series in general, just on how excessively annoying it was. But anyway, I digress. Let's actually get into what actually happened within this episode before I get blasted with dislikes. So in the beginning of this episode, we actually get to see a glimpse of the previous Wizard King that took on this demon that was supposed to be, you know, a threat to all humankind necessarily. Now, I gotta say, I don't know if the fight just seemed underwhelming in my personal opinion. Maybe it was just for, you know, just on how little they showed the fight. But I don't know. I found the demon to be very underwhelming in my personal opinion. But I'm actually very curious. You know, when it comes down to that scene that we see with the Wizard King and then also the demon, one, will this demon appear to come back? And two, could this demon actually be the demon that resides within Asta? So let's see, if that is the case, then that would mean that Asta would in fact have a demon within him that is in fact the demon that was to destroy all of humankind, and that demon was sealed within the body of a little child, kind of like how Naruto was. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm comparing again. But now that I think about it, actually this does kind of give me an Blue Exorcist vibe as well. I don't know, there could be a possibility that that demon that we saw in that scene in the beginning of this episode was actually, in fact, you know, the demon that could reside within Asta. I'm not exactly sure. Could be a different demon entirely that just would confirm that there is more demons throughout the series of Black Clover that we just don't know about. But hey, for all we know, that demon that we saw in the beginning could in fact be the demon that resides within Asta, so there is that. As far as the rest of this episode goes, this episode was quite straightforward, as it was pretty much just showing Asta and Yuno getting ready for the Magic Knights exam. I believe that is what it is called. They are getting, you know, packed up. They are training just in preparation for all this, and at the end of the episode, we see them set out to partake in that exam, which is in, I guess, another part of the kingdom or something like that. But apparently, the Magic Knights are apparently, like, several factions that are under the Magic Emperor. They serve the Magic Emperor, which is, I guess, otherwise known as the Wizard King, the present one. So, it's going to be kind of interesting to see what, you know, I guess, faction that Yuno and Asta get into. I mean, we don't really know too much about them at the moment. It was just kind of stated that, you know, there's different factions. So regarding that, that was pretty much the end of the episode. So, yeah, nothing much else to talk about right then and there, but something that I did want to talk about regarding this episode is that I heard that this was actually a filler episode. Now, last episode, guys, we actually did get a filler episode. For the majority of the episode, it was filler. So it seems as though Studio Pierrot is already putting in their anime original, you know, work into this anime. So I'm very curious to hear what you guys thought about this episode for you manga readers out there. And how do you feel that, you know, when it comes down to, you know, these filler episodes, do you think they are adding more characterization towards the characters? Do you like it? Or do you find this to be quite boring and unnecessary? Like, just let me know in the comments down below what you guys think about that. With that said, everyone, I think that about does it for everything that needs to be said regarding this episode of Black Clover. I hope you enjoyed it. If you didn't, hopefully you enjoyed the review at least. But yeah, I gotta admit, when it comes down to Black Clover, it's a fun series. It's a fun series. It's at least entertaining me to a certain extent, no matter how annoyed I am with, you know, Asta's voice actor. I am at least having some sort of, you know, entertainment when I watch this series. But yeah, anyways, let me know in the comments down below what you guys think about this series so far. Are you gonna continue watching it? I'll probably give it a few more episodes, and I'll just judge it from there. Hopefully it gets interesting and becomes its own thing later on, and also Asta tones down, you know, his voice, because, oh my god, I can't stand that any longer. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Be sure to give this video a like if you enjoyed it, and hit that red subscribe button if you want to see more. I'll catch you all in the next one.